Damn.
All right, Shalom.
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 First and foremost, before we start, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Him,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Him,
Yahweh.
double honors to the apostle of GMS. This is the year 2019, day 7th of January. We're finna be talking about
We're gonna go through basics.
Go to basics. Yeah, we're going through the
Some
basics. Milk, what you get when you first get brought into this truth. And
back to the basics is what we call it.
Well, after the basics.
Back to the basics.
Back to the basics, Slakia.
Yeah. All right. So should we start about telling them who the Israelites are?
Con.
Okay. So the Israelites of the Bible are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And to be more specific, is people of so-called Negro and Indian descent from their father's not their father's patrilineal, because patrilineal means father's line, but their father's line. Now, the reason I say so-called Negro and Indian and not Hispanic or Latino is because Latino and Hispanic are titles given to anybody that lives in a Latin country. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't mean that you're an Israelite because you live in Brazil. That doesn't make you an Israelite. Cool. So we're going to prove who the Israelites are, and we're going to prove that those people in the land of Israel are not the Israelites, which if you understand the Bible even to the slightest extent, you should understand that because they fit none of the prophecies regarding the true children of Israel. So does anybody got any starter precepts?
Oh, I'm looking for some up right now.
Hold on, let me look for one. Hold on. If I can get.
We can start. We can start with Yahweh Shai's description.
Yeah.
That way we know who his chosen people are.
Right.
That's bad. I think that's in. There's a whole bunch of scriptures on it, but I think one's in Revelation.
Revelations 1, 13 and 15.
13.
Yeah. So the Israelites in the ancient world, they all look like so-called Negroes, if you want to put it like that, even though that didn't exist back then. And but now over time, they look like all sorts of different people where we were scattered. Because once again, it goes by your father, which somebody can get Numbers 1 and 18 just to prove that point.
I brought up I'll get the Revelations 1 and 13. I'm on it right now.
All right, somebody get Numbers 1 and 18.
I got it.
All right.
Okay, so this is Revelations 1.
Well, no. We're gonna bring out Numbers 1 and 18 first.
Oh, first. Sorry, so I slocked it.
Because we got to get some scriptures on the Father.
And I also got Revelation. I also got Revelations 2 and 2 for the other thingy.
All right. Go ahead, you call if you got it.
All right, it's Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
Right. So they declare by your father's house. All right. Now, those Jewish people, they go by your mother. And if you go by your mother's line, which is your matrilineal, it's never going to go back to Jacob because it's not even possible. That's literally not possible. How could it go back to a man if you trace it through women the whole way? It could go, it could possibly go back to Leah or Rachel, but that doesn't make you an Israelite because you don't descend from Jacob. And it just told us that it goes by your father. So I'm pretty sure that whole matrilineal goes into some sort of pagan worship type thing, but I'm not completely sure on that. If anybody knows, you can speak on it.
Okay. That whole women shit, that's just them. That's that paganism shit, man. That them worshiping the image of the woman, trying to make the woman God. And you got simple niggas like Polite talking about the black woman is my God, but that's a whole nother goddamn topic. Like,
yeah, the woman, her womb is just a temporary house for a man's seed, man.
Man. I'm saying the woman cannot give life.
It's just like planting. You plant, if I put a mustard seed in the ground, I'm gonna expect a mustard tree. I'm not gonna get an apple tree. It wouldn't make any sense because I put a mustard seed in the soil, and the soil doesn't affect what type of tree comes out. right? And that's the same thing. Now, does that mean lay down and have children with heathens? That's not what we're saying, all right? So don't get it twisted. But if you did do that already, your child is an Israelite. If you are an Israelite. So now, does anybody have any more precepts regarding that? Somebody can get 1 Chronicles 13, 14, and 15.
I'll grab it.
Does anybody? I mean, if anybody wants to speak, they can.
Oh, I was on. Well, since it's back on the women's situation, how they think they want to run something, or they be trying to portray thinking that a female's guy like that bitch Ariana Grande, that one song she dropped, God,
yeah.
Man, that bitch
that's blasphemy, man. Should be
blasphemy. You want to disrespect the Lord like they always want to question. We always want to question everything just because they can't do this or say this and that. They got to question it, man.
Well, no. How about this? Show us the scripture that says that God is a woman before we even acknowledge you.
I can't pull up a scripture.
No, not you. I'm talking about them.
Oh.
So we know that we can't pull it up.
Come.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk to the niggas that claim to know the Bible, or them just the dumbass motherfuckers.
Yeah, thinking they know.
Well, we don't know. We don't.
Aren't those feminists trying to change the Bible so it's more fitting to them, like making because they say it's against women. It's not against women. You're just against order. That's the problem, man.
You don't want to listen. You're just being hard headed, so you want to rebel against everything.
Yeah, women loved their lives back then, man.
They had respect for themselves. Like a lot of women, you don't have respect for yourselves now. Because if y'all did, y'all wouldn't be acting the way y'all act now. Y'all wouldn't be out of order, and y'all wouldn't be doing and saying the most stupidest shit. Because all the things y'all women are doing now, back then, y'all real deal would have got y'all heads chopped off for every little bitty thing that y'all do. Talking back, or fucking having your place in the world, or having your opinion on everything. All that shit would have got your ass killed.
Right. Zion
dressing like a slut and all this nonsense.
Do you are you gonna go on the live to see if anybody has questions? If anybody's watching.
Yeah, I'll go in there. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
It says I got 0 viewers right now.
Well,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just letting y'all know right now. It's just 0.
I got a pizza.
That's all right. It's all good. All right, go ahead. I'll bring it out.
It's double taking. Hold on, let me pause it.
This Exodus 15:3. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Okay, it does not say the Lord is a woman of war, man. The Lord is a man of war. So therefore,
I can't even. Whenever I hear Lord, I can't even imagine a woman at all. Anyways,
like I ain't praying to no bitch. The hell?
Come on.
Like fuck out of here, man.
Yo.
And that's you know that a woman can't be so-called God because they're too fucking emotional. Like what the fuck?
Right.
I didn't know what you make a decision on anything, man. Y'all base y'all decision off of emotion, man, instead of just.
And the bottom line is, any of you that are saying God is woman, you're gonna be put to death.
Come on.
That's the bottom line. I don't care what your excuse is, what kind of bullshit you want to pull up out of your ass. You're gonna be put to death.
Hey, Akim, real quick, Baba Kashar, give me a chapter that the younger brother can read. Mazabat. Because he got to go to bed in the future. So
a chapter that he can read?
Yeah.
Baruch chapter 4.
Some good food. He ain't got the Apocrypha.
Deuteronomy?
Yeah, some in Deuteronomy probably, I'd say.
Here, I'm gonna look something up real quick.
You can read Deuteronomy 28.
I had him read that the other day.
Oh, all right.
He finished. Yeah, he finished that.
Shit,
bro.
Give him Deuteronomy 22 and 21.
No, you said a chapter.
Oh, a chapter.
No, Deuteronomy 22. That's going into major heavy laws that he'd need to be taught. That's going into women with the rape and all that, man.
Right. Yeah. We need just some simple food, some good food, but it's still. I mean, really. Hey, hit up Proverbs 1st chapter, man. Read the 3rd chapter too, like 1 to 3. Shalom.
Shalom, Ak. Yahba Shemel Shabrakatah.
Shalom.
Hey, yo, can you see my comment?
Nah.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Well, I don't see it.
Nah, I don't see it. I don't think we're gonna see it. I think the only one that might be able to is Joanna.
No, I can't see it at all.
No, that's why we had Zawan. Oh my gosh, bro. Zion. That's why. That's why we had Zion go on there so he could see comments.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Does somebody have First Chronicles 23? Zion. That's why.
Yeah. There we go. I got the video here. Oh well, it might have to be till after the live or something.
Well, I mean, you can mute it.
You said it was First Chronicles what? 1 and 20?
First Chronicles 23 and 14, 15.
First Chronicles 23, 14, and 15. Con. This is First Chronicles 23, verse 14. Now concerning Moses, the man of Yahweh, his sons were named of the tribe of Levi. Verse 15. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eliezer.
Eleazar.
Let me continue
Something
on.
like that. No, that's it.
All right, that's it.
Something like that. The point is, now concerning Moses, the man of Yahweh, his sons were named of the tribe of Levi, because Moses was a Levite, and you are what your father is. Okay? Just to prove that quick.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got Revelations 1 being held, right?
Why?
Okay, go ahead.
Revelations.
Now this is dealing with the Messiah of the Bible, who you call Jesus Christ, ignorantly. All right, because it's not his name. He wasn't Greek. He spoke Hebrew. Look up Serapis Christus. That's who you worship if you call on Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
And he can't answer your prayers.
This is Revelations chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one unto the Son of Man. Candlesticks. I don't know why I read that wrong. One like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about he paps with a golden girdle. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as flame of fire. Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, if they were burned in a furnace.
As if they were burned in a furnace.
And his voice as the sound of many waters. Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
He had in his
not 16. That was it. 13 to 15. So now, if you were to imagine this man with white woolly hair and burnt brass, or what was it? Burnt brass or burnt brass?
Fine
right?
brass, like it's burned in a furnace.
Yeah, so burnt brass. If you were to imagine a man with white woolly hair and beard and burnt brass skin, and you saw him today, what would you think he is? What would you call him?
That would be a so-called black man.
Oh, black man.
Yeah.
That's
so Yahweh Shai, which is the Messiah of the Bible, Yah meaning he, and then Hawah Shai meaning delivers or deliverer, which is the name of the Son. The name of the Father is Yahweh. Yah, he, and then Hawah exists, or he is.
Mm-hmm.
So Yahweh Shai is the Messiah of the Bible, and that is the description that it gives you on how he looks. Right? Now, that's not how we feel. That's not what our, that's what the pastor said. We don't care about what your fucking pastor says, man. That's what the Bible says. So the Messiah of the Bible is a so-called Negro, according to the scriptures. So-called, we say, because Negroes did not exist prior to, I'm sure they didn't exist very long, probably less than 1,000 years. Probably even half of that, probably less than 600 years, 700. I don't know for sure on that, but huh?
No, after you're done, I got some precepts.
All right, what you got? Well, it's important that we discuss who the Messiah of the Bible is. Like what nation of people is he from? Because if it gave us the description of that being him, what nation does he come from? And wouldn't you expect these people to look like him?
This is Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Which is the Heavenly Father.
White as snow. You said what?
Which is the Heavenly Father, the Ancient of Days.
Oh, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. And then this is Daniel 10:6. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. There's multiple descriptions of Yahweh's only begotten son in the damn book, man. There's multiple scriptures talking about the description of Yahweh Shai, man. So that whole, the one that y'all ignorantly call Jesus Christ, that whole Jesus is white shit is bullshit, man. Just like how Jesus Christ is bullshit, man. And you can't say that you know that he's black or so-called black, but still calling on Jesus, because you're still worshiping the name that is associated with the white man.
Come on, then they're gonna say we're wrong, but if we're wrong, then who we talking about then? Explain it, since you Christians, religious folks think y'all know who the real Messiah is. If it's so-called who it is, then who is he, man? Please let me know who is.
Well, we're gonna go into who he came for too. There's a lot of precepts on that. So it just described the Father with hair like wool also. So can somebody read John 14, start at verse 8 down to 9? Or down to 10? Or just 8 and 9 works, actually. John 14, 8 and 9.
I got you.
All right, go ahead.
This is John 14, verse 8. Philip saith unto him, Lord, shew us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahweh Shai said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me have seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, shew us the Father?
Now there's no, that was it.
Okay, Con.
So now there's a deeper meaning to that, of course, because you can read the next verse, but just to stay on the topic, they look very similar. That's why when they're basically spitting images of each other, they look the same, right? So don't think that, okay, that's what Yahweh Shai looks like, but Yahweh has pale skin. It's not how that works. They look the same, right? Maybe I don't know if they're exactly the same, but I know they look similar for sure. So now we know.
It's like.
Go ahead.
Nah, Salaki, I was just saying, it's like if a man that has dark color skin, man, has a kid, man, your kid's gonna come out fairly dark, just like you.
Not all the time.
Unless there's that rare chance that you.
Yeah, most of the time.
Unless there's that rare chance that you have what's it called?
Reticular.
Nah, it's like when they come out looking white, albino.
Albino.
Yeah. But,
which is what Esau was.
Right, I'm saying, but it's like even then, why would that happen? Why would the Heavenly Father send His Son and then He come out albino? That just
because that's a curse.
That's what I'm saying. So why would He curse this? Like, man, it doesn't make no sense, man. So but go ahead, Salaki.
No,
I got precepts when you're done.
All right. So now we got to go into who Yahweh Shai is. Okay, because once again, if this was what he looks like, this is his description. That's what the rest of the people would look like. Or at least most of them, you'd presume, right?
Con.
So what you got? What do people have?
I got something in Job, giving the description of the people.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, this is Job 30:30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat.
Right. Now, there's no such thing as black people. Okay, let's put that down first. Let's put that to rest. There's no such thing as black people. There's people that are different shades of brown and different shades of red. When it says black, it's talking about dark skin. All right, somebody can get what is that? Songs of Solomon 1 and 5 or 1 and 6. I think it's 1 and 5 and 6.
My God, I'm looking it up. What was it again?
Songs of Solomon 1, 5 to 6. Pretty sure. Might be 6 to 5. It should say I am black. That's what it should say.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Go ahead and read it then, Zion, if you got it, Baba Kasha.
All right. I am black, but commonly. Oh,
Well, you gotta read what you're reading.
All right. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, but commonly. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. You want me to continue?
Yeah, I think the verse under it, and then you can be done.
All right, look not upon me because black, because the sun have looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me and made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyards have I not kept.
Right. So when so-called black people are out in the sun, what happens to their skin?
We get darker.
Yeah, they get darker. Especially so-called light-skinned Negroes, they get really dark when they're out in the sun, man. That's why they try to avoid the sun because they're fucking coons.
Salakia. Hey, what script was that?
That was Songs of Solomon 1:5-6.
So all right, the water.
I'm gonna actually look into that word. Somebody can go ahead and speak. I'm gonna go into that Better Than the Blue Letter Bible website. And I'm gonna look up that.
Yeah.
But okay, then what do you know how we so-called as blacks we become dark during the sun? What do Edomites turn into when they get a sunburn? They turn red. That's the damn demon. You see the demon way more. They're the damn devil. You see them way more of what they truly look like after they get a sunburn, and it hurts everyone. But when it comes to them, man, it's just more. I just think it was just more painful to them. And they look gross looking, man. They look like scaled fish. Like that shit is disgusting.
So the word there for go ahead.
What I don't understand about them is how you gonna hate so-called black people, but y'all trying to get a tan.
They can't envious. They want, but they want to be Jake. That's why.
They want to get that golden brown, but can't even get to it. You turn into that cherry red. That's what you look like because you a damn devil.
Damn pussy nigga.
Y'all really, and then you Edomites really think that the Lord gonna fuck with you and y'all looking and smelling and looking like that. And on top of that, y'all smell like wet dog when y'all get wet. You know? Your hair looks shaggy. You look like the shaggy dog. You look filthy as fuck. Bro. You think the Lord don't want to fuck with that? Y'all really do.
Well, I want to bring out that word in Songs of Solomon 1:5. Because Solomon was saying he's black but calmly, which means he's beautiful. Right? He's so-called black and beautiful. And the word there is H. The real Hebrew word there, not the bullshit ass Yiddish that those fucking kikes speak. Those Amalekites. This is H 7838, which is 7,838. And it says Shachara, all right, which means properly dusky, but also jetty. So jet black. He's really dark. He's extremely dark skinned. All right, go ahead.
All right, this script right here is dealing with I'll just start with script, man. This is Numbers 12 and
wait, hold on. What was King Solomon?
What do you mean?
You said what?
What was King Solomon?
He was so-called black.
No, but what was he? Like
he's an Israelite.
Israelite.
Yeah. From what tribe?
Judah.
Okay, so where's the word Jew come from?
Judah.
Yeah. So we just read about Yahushai. It said he was dark-skinned with white woolly hair. He's from Judah, which we haven't proved that, but we can. You can read the genealogy in Matthew 1. Solomon is in this genealogy. He's the son of King David, which is from Judah. So we just read 2 Judites, which are Jews, are dark-skinned. So it's pretty much safe to say at this point that it was common for Jews to be so-called black.
Very common.
Yeah, because that's what they look like. I don't know.
And that's how you know.
There's nothing superior about your pasty fucking faggot ass skin. All right?
That's how you know that they are not the children of the promise, man. There's no way in hell if leprosy was a curse and was a bad thing. All right, it was looked down upon. That with your blonde ass thin fucking hair.
And the blue eyes too. That's all leprosy. That's what
can't do anything.
Because didn't Hitler, he said that, well, first of all, the Aryans weren't even so-called white people. But he was talking about how so-called white person with blonde hair and blue eyes is a superior person. That's the bottomest fucking person. That's leprosy all over your body.
Exactly.
And on top of that, when they were in the Olympics, and he was saying that a so-called black man beat him in the Olympics. So he proved that bullshit wrong, and that goes into Jacob being stronger than Esau, better than Esau, man. Genetically. And even their bullshit fucking science tells you that so-called blacks are genetically superhuman compared to so-called white people. Look at the stereotypes. And also, Deuteronomy 28 is about the curses that fell upon the Israelites. And you would always hear people when you went to high school and shit talk about so-called black people not having dads and joking about it. But all of a sudden, when we read that scripture about them not having dads, well, that doesn't mean that. Kill yourself. All right?
God.
So somebody go ahead and read something.
I got a couple of precepts.
All right, go ahead, Doc.
Hold on, bear with me, Akim Salaki.
It's all right.
What in the blue fuck? All right, facts. Were you laughing at what I said?
All right, facts.
All right, but all right. This is Numbers 12 and 10. I started 6 to get the backstory.
Con.
And he said, "Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. In the similitude of Yahweh shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous." All right, man. So that right there, man, that was a curse. All right, that was put on Miriam, man.
Yeah, she had to be shut out for 7 days.
Became leprous, white as snow, man. So that proves that, first and foremost, you so-called crackers, man, y'all are not the chosen people of the land, man. Y'all are not the chosen people of the Most High, because he doesn't even deal with leprosy, man. Leprosy is a curse. All right, and that goes back to your forefather Esau and your forefather Cain, man.
And wasn't Moses mistaken for an Egyptian?
Exactly.
And
so that's how
you can hide behind the bullshit Greeks, which were Edomites, because Edomites took Greece too. They weren't the original Greeks. They took Greece, and then they went into Egypt and started acting like they were the Egyptians. If you go into the ancient history, the ancient Egyptians were very, very dark. They were very dark. So
and most people know that shit. Most people know that shit, and it's like, so you know that, and you know that Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian, but
didn't Yahweh Shai hide in Egypt?
But all these people are white. Like, come on, man. How the hell would he be able to hide in Egypt and he was leprous? He was white.
Right. Yeah.
Can somebody get Acts 21:37?
Yeah, I got it.
And then Zion Baba. Huh?
Go ahead. Tell me.
Zion Baba Kasha get Romans 11 and 1.
Okay.
All right, while they getting that, I'm gonna get these last two.
All right.
This is 2 Kings 5 and 20. Is this 5? Yeah, 5 and 27. The leprosy, therefore, of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow.
Damn, man. I've never even read that. Forever? Oh my
Forever,
gosh.
man. So you know what I'm saying? Like when you
until
read
the kingdom,
scripts, man. When you read these scripts and you see how they're described, it's like, why would that be a good thing if the way you just heard how he? So I'm gonna read it one more time, man. The leprosy, therefore, of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow, man.
Yeah, so that means even if he gets with a dark woman, his child is going to be pale or so-called white looking, man.
It
Which
doesn't matter,
bro, that person could be here right now, and they, oh my gosh, man.
You know, and it's like, I'm pretty sure if you go into that backstory, it explains why. But you know, just for this,
he did something very bad for that to happen.
Exactly. You know, pull that
Like,
out just for edification.
what is that? Was that King Uzziah, which was the king of Judah? He was cursed with leprosy after he tried to do the priest job, and he was cursed with leprosy for it, and he died a leper, man. So when
You said King
was
who?
Uzziah, when Yahushua healed lepers, they got their pigment back. Well, it depends what kind of leprosy it was, first of all, but the ones being the light skin, like the whatever it's called, the vitiligo or whatever it's called, that's leprosy. And when they have that covering their whole body, which some of them do, I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson had that. Yahushua would heal them and they get their pigment back. Which that guy that got cursed forever, he may get his pigment back in the kingdom. I'm sure he will, but I don't know. I'm not claiming to know something like that. But that is definitely a curse, man.
I got one more. Then the document can pull what they got. This is 2 Kings 15:5, and Yahweh smote the king, so that he was a leper unto the day of his death, and dwelt in a several house, and Jotham the king's son was over the house, judging the people of the land.
That's okay? King Uzziah, right?
Pretty
sure it is.
It says Azariah. It's talking about Azariah.
Azariah?
Yeah, it said, that's Azariah, and then it speaks on Amaziah, and then Jotham, king of Judah.
Wait, where are you reading this from?
This 2 Kings 15:5.
And you said Azariah.
Con. That's up. That's a 15:1.
What the heck? King Uzziah is in the same chapter.
In 15?
Yeah, in chapter 15. Because Jotham was the son of Uzziah. I'm pretty sure. Here, hold on, let me look something up real quick.
Con. You want the document to pull these scripts?
Yeah.
All right, Con. Yawana, you go ahead.
Yeah, I got a precept, but I'm gonna get that after I get the Acts 21. This is Acts 21, verse 27. And when
you're gonna have to read down to verse 30, 39.
Come on. Acts 21, verse 27.
37. 37 to 39.
Okay, come on. So, this is Acts 21, verse 37. And as Paul was led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, "May I speak unto thee?" Who said, "Canst thou speak Greek? Art thou that Egyptian before these days madest an uproar and leddest out the wilderness for thousands men that were murderers?"
So hold on a second. So Paul, he just asked if he could speak unto him, and the guy said, basically, you can speak Greek, because he thought he was an Egyptian.
All
right, go ahead.
Verse 39. But Paul said that I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus.
So hold on. He just said he's a Jew. He's a Jew. So he's from Benjamin, which we're going to get right after this. So this is another man that is dark, that is a Jew. Come on, man. Show me in the Bible a Jew that's described as so-called white. Show me anybody in the Bible that's described so-called white except Esau.
No, Esau's not white now. Fucking simple niggas, man. I can't stand niggas.
They don't believe for nothing, man.
They don't. A city in Cilicia, I pronounce it right, Salakia, a city and citizens of no mean city, and I beseech thee.
Beseech. Yeah, he's right. Beseech.
Suffer me to speak unto the people.
Right. So now go ahead, Zion, because he said he was a Jew, so I didn't realize he was going to say that, but go ahead.
All right.
Romans 11:1.
All right. Romans 11:1. Let's say then, hath Yahweh cast away his Yahweh forbid, for also I am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham and of the tribe of Benjamin.
So he's a Jew from the tribe of Benjamin, which was the last son of Jacob. He was the second son of Rachel, which was Jacob's most beloved wife. All right, so we just read 3 Jews that were dark. So who the fuck are those people in the land, man?
The synagogue of Satan.
Now this is what they should have said. Instead of being devils, they should have lied and said that they're descendants, but they mix with heathens. That's what they should have said. But instead they did. Instead they said that they are the original people. And they exposed themselves really bad because of that. Which we could have, we would have proved that they're not the people anyways. But I'm saying, and it would have been more believable at least.
And then on top of that, these niggas, they only claim Judah. They don't claim any other.
Well, actually, they don't do that. They mainly they try to claim Benjamin now.
Oh wow, that's new. That's fresh.
And apparently they're trying to make up these other tribes now, like the Northern Kingdom and all this, saying all the lost tribes. This and we found them. You didn't find shit.
They're only fucking doing that, man. They need an argument.
What you're gonna find is shackles on your hands and feet. That's what you're gonna find.
I got some precepts. For speaking on who are and what is who are Israelites.
Right.
It's Revelations chapter 7, verse 4. I'm going to read all the way down to 8. And I heard the number of them that were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed.
Wait, shouldn't we read this a little later when we go into who salvation's for?
We can't. No, I'll hold it off, man.
Somebody's got to get Deuteronomy 28:68.
I got it.
But there's actually other verses we could get because there's actually quite a few curses that we could mention that would clearly.
Somebody started 48.
All right, your call's got it. Your call's taking it now. He's got it.
Con. You want me to pull it, or you talking about me like breaking?
Oh yeah, you can speak on that.
Con, yeah, somebody get Deuteronomy 28:48, Baba Kasha.
Well, I got it if you want me to read it.
Wait.
Go ahead. Ooh, I don't know. There's a lot of other. Bro. I mean, these. You can just read it.
Hey man, we gonna go from describing who Israelites are to getting on East. Hey man.
Okay, let me read this. I'm gonna go through all these different precepts because this whole chapter clearly describes so-called black people and so-called Indians, not East Indians also, but like Aztecs and Mayans and Incas. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife which is engaged, and another man shall lie with her, which would be adultery, basically, right? Because she's already promised to somebody. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. You want me to go down to the next precept?
Come on, Baba Kasha.
This is verse 36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. And I just want to say this before your call speaks on it. Wood and stone, that can resemble just idols in general, but wood, that reminds us especially of Christianity, and stone of Islam, which are the two major religions that our people follow because they lack understanding, which is Jeremiah 4:22 and Hosea 4:6. You want me to read on, or you want to speak on it?
I'll speak on it real quick. Because, that stone shit, what's that? What's it called? A Mecca? Or some shit like that?
I'm not sure. I think
it's some bullshit, man. Fuck the name, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a curse that our people got. And you can, that's how you know, man. You can tell that we're the Israelites according to the Bible, man, because these curses are real, man. All right? And we were given over into a nation that none of our fathers have known, man. All right? All this stuff that you people are doing nowadays, this isn't normal to y'all. Y'all weren't doing this shit before y'all was brought over here. And that's the problem with you simple ass niggas. Y'all never once question what the fuck was we doing before we got into slavery? You never questioned it. What was we doing before 1619? For you 400-year doctrine ass niggas. Okay, what were we doing before? And then another thing, man. That shit is off in itself because Israel's been in slavery, referring to the Northern Kingdom, man.
Well, even the Southern Kingdom actually went into slavery in like the 1500s. Goes as far back as that.
And Northern Kingdom been getting smacked down, man, since like the 1400s.
Which that's heavy too, because if you remember, the Assyrians they took the Northern Kingdom into captivity before the Babylonians took the Southern Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, matter of fact, I got a precept real quick. I'll hit it. This second Esdras 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land, man. All right, so that's referring to the other 10 tribes, man. That's for you black only Israelites. All right, we got cuts for fucking everybody, cause y'all niggas are saying. Ak, if you can't hit the next precept.
All right. Well, I also just want to say with the Islam, they say the name of God is Allah, which they spell ALLAH. That's literally just our Hebrew word for power, which is Allah.
Yeah.
Which is AHLA. That's not the name of God. That's also a title. It's literally power,
fucking
man.
Simple, man.
Can't just flip somebody's word of their, native tongue and then say that's the name of God. All right. Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee.
So nigga. All right. Wetback.
Spick.
What they call. Yeah,
coon.
Coon.
Yeah, coon, monkey,
Negro.
Yeah,
Negro,
all those
African
words,
American.
Those are all bywords, man. All right, among all the nations. So that means all these nations. That's how they look at you, man. That's what you niggas don't get, man. Y'all will always be a nigga to the so-called white man, the so-called Chinese man, the so-called Arab man, the so-called Japanese, the so-called East Indian. They all see you the same, man.
Right, there's a brother in Europe that I talked to, or that I have talked to, and he was talking about how, I forgot who exactly it was. It was heathens. I don't know if they were Assyrian. I think they were Assyrian, and they called him a bead because he's a so-called Negro, and what a bead means is slave or servant. That's what they call him. That's what we're known as, man.
Yeah, bywords, and that's all they know Jake for, man. All they know for is slavery, and then.
Well, I mean, these other people in these other lands, they know who the Israelites are, man. That's why you see like that Arab rapper with that fucking fake gutter rat. He was telling them how the Jews had afros and stuff, man. So they know who we are, man. The elites just suppress that shit.
That's really why a lot of you motherfuckers ain't really allowed like that to lead a country for because they know if you leave, you liable to get some fucking knowledge, which 9 times out of 10 you most likely are. If you go over to the Middle East or some shit, you'll fuck around and find out.
It's like those African people, all about African and black unconsciousness movement, talking about Egypt and this and that. But go back to like Esau tells them, go back to Africa. You don't want to go back. You don't want to go back there. Like Apostle Har always brings up, Ghana opened up their arms and said, "Come on back," and you ain't leaving yet. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. Like it's like they fucking, bro. You fuck around and go back to Africa, then you find out you a goddamn Israelite. Now you looking.
Bro, those Hamites hate you, man. Remember seeing a video a long time ago that the Hamite was saying that they were taught over there that they're the Israelites, so-called Negroes are. And you go over there, they're gonna hate you, man. You're not the same people, and you don't even look the same. Bro, you don't look the same, man. You don't even look the same.
Your
features are different from theirs.
Can you share your screen and look up African people, like literally from the continent.
And I'm gonna
of
get
Africa.
this. I'm gonna get this in the Bible dictionary, Zondervan Bible Dictionary about Ham.
Con, yeah, pull that definition, Baba Kasha, about Ham, and get the African people, man.
Not African Americans. Get African.
Yeah, right, African, like straight out the country, out
A
the dirt, man.
Dookie one.
You want me to read this?
Con, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, this is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. This is page 213, and it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
Not the Negroes and Canaanites. That's just another damn way of saying Africans, man. So if you look at that picture that the just so nicely happened to pull up, if you could go to the one on the left. So, question for you niggas, man. Do y'all look like this? Do you look like this? Can you please scroll down? Matter of fact, stay right there. And
So when are you Jay? When are you gonna start drinking cow urine and shit, man?
Yeah. We'll get to that. Let's go to the one. Go to over 2 and then up 1.
No, they don't. Well, they do drink it. No, they bathe in it, right? They bathe in it.
Yeah.
And then drink cow piss.
Do you look like that? Does a so-called Negro look like
that? No, look up Sudanese. Look up Sudanese, because those are the ancient Egyptians, the Sudanese people.
Con, and it's like, bro, you can pull those descriptions off. Why they got a picture of Trump on week? You can pull those. You can pull that shit.
That's the Egyptians.
Go to all them booty, go to all them niggas over there, man.
That's the ancient Egyptians, man.
Like, look at. First off, we're not even that damn dark. So you see how these niggas, you see how their heads are shaped, you see how they look.
They ugly as fuck.
Okay, bro. This ain't the Mr. Take Your Bitch that you Jakes be rapping about, man. That nigga, no. That is not it, man. Like, come on now, man. Now, if you could look up African American or black people, like, look at that shit, man. Look, do we get into that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we?
Hey, bro, that reminds me of Esau, bro.
And that's what, like, bro. And you see that shit, man. Look at that.
Yeah, notice how so-called white people can't have a dark-skinned baby. Okay, that's not just. That's how you know it's a curse, because you never see 2 white people pop out a black baby, but you can. It's very possible for 2 dark-skinned people to pop out a white baby. That albino shit, man. Bro, they be putting shit in their nose, stretching their ears and shit, making their necks long.
Neck ring. Yeah,
why aren't you doing that, Jake?
That's what I'm saying. If
you don't want to do that, you want to be the ancient Egyptians, but you don't want to do that though. That is the ancient Egyptians, man. Sudanese,
this is what they do, man. This is their practices.
They were pushed out of Egypt by the Greek, by the Edomites that took Greece.
That's why, man. It's so like, look at that old bitch, man. All right, Baba Kasha, look up African Americans.
Look up Black Americans.
Yeah, Black Americans.
Or look, Michael B. Jordan, man. He doesn't look anything like these people, man. Or even look up Black Panther. They don't look like that, man. They don't look like these people right here because they're not the same.
Look at Jake. All right. Funny looking brother, but he's still a Jake.
No, don't press on Barack.
Yeah,
fucking Edomite
faggot
ass
nigga. Right, he's a bitch, man.
Barack a pussy boy.
Yeah, look at that.
Pussy nigga.
Come on, bro.
Look at Jake, man. All right. Jake don't look nothing. Yeah, click on Don Cheeto black ass, man. Jake don't look nothing like these so-called, not the so-called, these Hamites, all right, the Canaanites, the so-called Egyptians, man. Look at that, man. That's how you know we're 2 different separate people, man. So when you go and you claim that African shit, that motherland bullshit,
wait,
you're going off, man. And
I think there's actually a scripture saying, let me find it.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves when Jake say we from Africa, man.
Well, a lot of
these niggas
there are
drink blood.
Israelites from Africa, but they're not African though. They're not
Exactly.
Hamites.
All
They
right,
just
man.
dwelled there.
While you on it, I don't think you're gonna find it on Google Images. I mean, you could type in African practices.
Okay, wait. Before he does that, go back to the Sudanese pictures
Oh yeah, good. Click
and
back.
tell me when you're on those.
Yeah, he on it.
Okay, this
Click
is Exodus.
No. Go back to that one. Them niggas ugly as fuck.
Them
Go
niggas
ahead.
ugly.
Like, you see what they buy? Look at that bitch. Hey, like,
Yeah, it's like a milk dog.
We gonna be clowning him like a motherfucker in the kingdom, bro. We clowning y'all now, so it's gonna get worse.
All right, you ready?
Keeping it dying. Yeah, Con, go ahead.
All right, this is Exodus. Okay.
All right, go ahead. Relax.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, I dropped my damn phone.
Okay, it's Exodus 11:7.
Shit.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move. Okay. This is Exodus. He's on the picture, right? Is he on the picture?
Huh?
Is he on the picture?
Hold up. Not like. Yeah, I can hear Johanna speaking or something. I think he muted himself.
If Yawana's talking, I can't hear him. I just got a phone.
Yeah, the same thing. He probably muted his mic. He didn't know it.
No, because it would have said he's muted.
Yeah, it would have popped up.
You might have to leave and join back.
Yeah, tell him to.
Well, he can
join
hear
back.
you too.
Oh yeah, shit, duh. Yeah, just join back.
Mm-mm.
Did he leave? He didn't leave.
No.
What was y'all saying? Or what scripture did you pull? Because
I didn't pull it yet. This is because I wanted him to show the pictures of the Sudanese and then the Israelites. This is Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. I'm gonna highlight this.
Yeah.